So in the middle of the night, Ludwig goes out to relieve himself and triggers Bulk's triggers Bulk's alarm.
I'm bringing a bell for next session, just being aware.
If we could estimate that you guys are going to sleep 8 hours, I mean, everybody takes a 2 hour watch. That sounds completely logical. Aaron doesn't take watches. He's not a fighter. He just
Yeah.
sleeps.
I'm assuming he's
So
in the
he's
cart,
sparing you guys. Yeah.
cart tent somewhere.
Okay. So the final decision is
Let them live.
Let them live.
But like, I'm also gonna like beforehand just let them know like if Rickard ends up succumbing to this contamination, we will have to stop him. We can't
But
just let him run rampant.
All three must stay in the tent all night.
If you understand this and you're still fine with staying, that's up to you then.
listen.
We will not hesitate to stop the corruption.
Yeah. So Ludwig kind of speaks up and says, "Listen, that's all we want. We just want a place to sleep, and we'll be gone before you all even awake."
Unlikely.
All right.
Okay. Very good. So it seems like you guys don't want to talk to Ludwig or Indra anymore, so they will retreat into the tent.
I mean, we talked to him a little bit.
Unless you want to. So Indra is pretty put off by this whole situation, so she is going to. She's actually. I mean, Bulk has not moved at all, so she's actually just going to stay where she is. But yeah, I mean, Ludwig will stay out for at least a little bit if you guys want to talk to him.
So how long has he been contaminated?
This just happened last night. He doesn't speak much. He seems very cold.
Have his symptoms progressed?
What do you think
Just
you'll be able
have a
to
dice
do
roll.
for him?
He told us afterwards when we awoke the next morning that he found you've heard of delirium, and this is Ludwig speaking. You've heard of delirium.
Yes.
Good.
He found one of the shards.
Do I hear this?
Did he take it?
You're still at the tent, so I mean you could probably hear.
Okay.
Did he take it?
He did. He took it. It was before the ratlings found us. He took one of the crystals and pocketed it.
And both of you didn't think to separate it from him once he began contamination.
Of course, he didn't. He doesn't have it now, but he carried it with him, and perhaps he was examining it through the night. But in terms of his conditions, he is definitely weaker than he was when we last saw him.
So did you drop the delirium?
Yes. He does not have it anymore.
You have it?
No one has it. We listen. We are common folk. Well, not me, of course. I'm a noble, but those are common folk. I have no interest in these magic stones, and especially after seeing what it's done to my beautiful city. It's enough to shatter your spirits.
Seemed like you were more worried about your title and your deed than you were the city.
Of course I was. It's my family name. The Von Graffs. Sure, we've fallen on hard times, but what is a man but his name and his word?
His actions.
That's all I have. I'm going to rest.
If perhaps we end up going into the town and we find this estate that you're talking of, and I believe you said it was West Town or was it East Town? I can't quite remember.
It was the west
It was the West.
part of the city, but listen,
If we
I've-
happen to go in there and we happen to find this estate and happen to find Jadid,
listen, friend. I don't know what you and your group are coming anywhere near this city for, but after seeing it with my own eyes, there's nothing for you there. It's filled with hideous creatures and demonic evil. The city is cursed. Just leave. Leave now. Don't go there. I want nothing to do with it.
How does Aaron react to that?
Aaron these are things that Aaron has heard before. I mean, so Aaron kind of told you guys before, like, you couldn't pay him any amount of money to go anywhere near the city. Emberwood Village kind of sits, miles outside, so it's kind of isolated from the actual dangers of the city. But I mean, he just kind of tries to bring in supplies for the people. He has no interest in going anywhere near it, hearing anything about it. So he's just kind of sitting there. Maybe you could imagine him like kind of, checking a ledger or like carving little something. But yeah. And Ludwig, after he kind of speaks this, he's kind of he's like, gentlemen, I'm sorry, but this conversation has vastly upset me. I think it's just time for me to retire for the night. If you don't mind, I'll take my leave.
by all means.
Cool. Yeah, so him, Indra, and Pulkus just staring directly into the tent. Yeah, so Ludwig, Indra, and
heavy mouth breathing and all.
Yeah, and they kind of just like tightly close like the opening to their tent, and they just stay inside the tent. So you guys are free to discuss or take watch if you'd like. It's up to you.
You already cast the alarm, right? Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Using a
Per
ritual.
DM, I hope so, because he said he did.
Yeah. No, it's totally
Baron-
fine.
Baron is all good with just
Actually, so just as a point of, and this is more so for future reference, just so we're being consistent with it. So it is so it's a 20-foot cube. So I mean, what specific area are you looking to?
The entrance.
Okay, yeah, just the entrance. I mean, with a 20-foot cube,
Pretty good.
I mean, you could pretty much. Yeah, I'm just gonna say you get like the entrance and kind of like a couple spaces outside of the entrance as well.
Well, I guess I could set up multiple since that's allowed. So, like, I could be pretty.
No, you can only do one at a time.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't need more than one. I mean, if
Okay.
you set it at the entrance to the tent, you'll.
I would if you have a 20-foot cube, make sure you get Richard in your area.
Richard.
Rickard?
Yeah, Rickard. Yeah.
Rickard.
It's going to capture the entrance to the tent. So basically, anytime anyone enters or exits,
I'm just
an
a little
alarm
nervous of
is-
people like crawling under the tent because I'm like, the tent's walls aren't faceted, so I'm just like, maybe encompass that one contaminated person for sure.
If he
Yeah, so
succumbs
both-
to the delirium, I think we'll be aware.
So, Bulk, when you cast the spell, you can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm, and you can choose whether the alarm is mental or audible.
Oh, it's very loud.
Okay. An audible alarm produces the sound of a handbell for 10 seconds. So if you
course it
want to
does.
say it
Of
triggers
course it
to your little brass bell, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Okay, and are you going to
Rings the
set it
shit out
to
of
all
it.
three of them or just Rickard?
Yeah, anything that any creature that's coming
Anything
in
that
or
comes
out.
in or out?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So who is? Well, I mean, is there anything else you guys want to do before you go to bed?
Aaron's all set.
Okay.
I'm good.
I texted
And who
you
has
a
first?
question, Dan.
Yeah, I see that. It's kind of irrelevant in this situation,
Okay.
but we can discuss it later for sure.
Yeah, I need some sidebar on how much backstory because with the place I come from, that like how much do I know? Because this seems really important to my studies to let it slide.
For sure. So nothing would have come up in this situation to trigger that. So I'm gonna.
Yep.
And yeah, so I'm just gonna table it for now. So nothing else before nighttime. So Aaron is going to. I guess for the sake of it, we'll say that Aaron takes this super nice big tent, and you guys can sleep in the super tiny tent. So who's on first watch?
I believe it was Bulk.
Yeah, it's me. It's me.
Okay. Bulk, you are on first watch. Is there anything that you do?
I'm gonna tinker, per usual.
Tinker,
Making
magically tinkering, or just
Yes.
tinkering?
Well, I'm always trying to make shit.
Something.
To
Well,
throw
sure.
out.
What are you trying to make?
I want to make an explosive.
Okay. Cool. All right, so Bulk's trying to make an explosive on his watch. Yeah, nothing happens on your watch. Everything's all good.
All right, night.
Very good. And Diedrich, it looks like you're on second watch.
Yep.
Cool. So in the middle of the night,
Keep in
Ludwig-
mind that I do have night vision, so
Okay.
I can see a lot better than most.
For sure. So so keep in mind that this is how should you say, medieval times, for lack of a better word. And the forest is completely dead. So the moonlight's overhead, and there's no
Coverage, so it's actually
what they
kind
call
of
that, light pollution. Yeah, so there's no light pollution. So just with the moonlight, I mean, you can see
Pretty
effectively
good.
pretty well. Dark vision will help you here. So you can see
a little bit better.
farther for sure.
Hell yeah.
So in the middle of the night, Ludwig goes out to relieve himself and triggers Bulk's alarm.
I'm bringing a bell for next session. Just being aware.
I guess that wakes all of us up.
Yeah, it wakes everybody. And Ludwig's, oh, gentlemen, please, I was just relieving myself. Is that all right?
Diedrich,
In the
go check
tent.
Diedrich, check in there.
In the tent.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Aaron's gonna go back and just be like, one of you watch him.
Dietrich's gonna go inside the tent and poke his head in, make sure the other two are asleep.
Everyone's sleeping.
You got it under control, Diedrich?
Yep.
I guess I have to recast this shit.
No, it's good. It lasts for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. All right, I'm going back to bed.
But so I guess Diedrich allows him to go pee outside the tent.
Yeah, and
He's
then
not gonna make him pee inside the tent.
no, I'm not gonna make him pee inside the tent. But
Cool. So Ludwig goes back in the tent, triggering the alarm once again.
Okay.
and then everyone comes out.
Actually, I'm giving Dan a bell as well.
All right. So I guess we'll just go back to bed once we get in.
Yeah, very good.
Watch-ins.
Okay. And Diedrich, your watch. Anything you particularly want to do on your watch?
I am like razor focused on trying to make sure that nothing is going on. Like I do not trust this situation whatsoever.
Yeah. Nothing happens. You're good to go.
Hell yeah, bedtime.
Cool. Next up,
Was it me or you, Danielus? No, it was
I
you.
don't know. I think at
for it.
first it was me.
I believe. Yeah, I believe it was Danielus.
I think it
Yeah.
was.
Okay.
Oh no.
Danielus, give me a Give me a perception check.
Ooh.
All right.
15.
Not,
Okay.
not bad.
You don't hear anything until did my music just stop? That was a perfect time. Hold on. Hold on. Let me reset it. There we go. Okay. Until. So you don't hear anything until a horrific scream rings out.
God fucking damn it.
You see Indra sprint out of the tent
Triggering
over
the
towards
alarm.
you, triggering the alarm.
I'm definitely
As you hold on.
Oh, okay.
So Daniels, you hear this. The alarm does go off. So you guys hear this as well. So Indra sprints out of the tent, screaming. As you turn to look back at the tent, Ludwig kind of stumbles his way out on his back. You know how you kind of like reverse crab walk? He's kind of like reverse. He's kind of like reverse crab
sleeping
walking.
bag,
Basically,
like,
he's-
Okay.
yeah. He's kind of just like scrambling. He's like pointing his finger, and he's What do you do?
Uh, what's going on, Ludwig?
Ricard, Ricard.
What's going on? Spit it out.
Stumbling out of the tent, directly behind Ludwig. Sorry, I have to fuck around with layers. You kind of like clean your eyes. You aren't sure if you're awake or if this is some kind of nightmare. So you see Ludwig. You definitely see Ludwig. But this other figure behind him, it's an image of a man kind of hunched over and writhing, but it's hard to tell. So this is effectively Rickard. His cloak is kind of like, you can see his cloak kind of like starting to burst at the seams, and his hood is off. His face is peeling away, and one of his hands is like tightly pressed against his mouth, and the other arm is like swinging wildly around in space. And if you guys, so the alarm is triggered, so you guys can wake up and come out of the tent if you want to. Cool. Okay. So one hand is to his mouth. The other arm is kind of like writhing around. And it's like pressing up against the cloak, and it looks swollen and engorged. The fingers are like bending backwards. And then you hear the sound of, much like when Diedrich crushed that man into goo, you hear the sound of ripping flesh and gushing fluids, and the arm bursts through the cloak, and it's now taking the shape of a tentacle. Another tentacle bursts from his chest, and these tentacles are like 5-6 feet long, and they're just like
On a scale of 1 to hentai, where are we at here?
like a 7. It's pretty gross.
Full hentai.
And then it goes up to a 10, when Rickard, or what used to be Rickard, emits a blood-curdling scream as a tentacle pries and breaks open his jaw and lashes out towards Ludwig. Roll for initiative.
Oh, Ludwig's a goner.
I knew it.
Hey, you're up, Steven.
Oh, let's go, Wiggy.
Look at Taylor rolling out of order, but nice roll.
Okay, so let's hear what you guys got.
Baron's at 21.
9.
Okay.
21.
13.
Okay. Diedrich or Farron? Who wants to go first?
I'll let you go first if you want, or I can go. I don't care.
Sure, I'll go first.
Go
Diedrich's
for it.
up. It makes more sense.
So it was
I'm gonna run
Diedrich who
straight
goes
towards
first?
him.
Well,
Yeah.
hold on.
Oh,
So the what used to be Rickard is
Abomination.
Yeah.
he's effectively acting with surprise because you guys were kind of, I mean, because you were watching, but this is kind of horrific. You guys have really never seen anything like this before.
Makes sense.
So, and that was basically his attack. He's reaching out with his tentacles. And actually, I'm not even going to roll it. He definitely hits Ludwig because Ludwig's a little bitch. So,
You know what? Ezra was my favorite anyway of the three. So,
yes. So he reaches out and he effectively has Ludwig grappled. What did I say? Around the neck?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So he effectively, so the tentacles from his mouth has like reached out and it's now choking Ludwig. Diedrich, what will you do?
I'm gonna run forward to try to hit Rickard.
Just out of range, but I'll allow it.
What do you mean it's out of range?
you only can move 30 feet,
Yeah, I think you have 30 feet of movement, right?
and then
Yeah.
you're 5 feet
Well,
away still.
Let me ask you this: do you want to come like face to face with this guy?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll allow it. Go for it.
Okay. Oh, so my maul can only do within 5 feet, so that means I need to be right next to him, right?
Yeah. Another square.
No, I'll allow it. You can move right up next to him. That's fine.
That's an extra 5 feet. Are you allowing it?
Yeah, I'm totally fine.
All
with
right,
that.
all right.
Especially because you guys had the alarm. I mean, you could have theoretically been kind of anywhere within that space.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'm fine
true.
with that.
Okay. Well then, I'm going to go into a rage, and I'm going to hit him.
And as you get closer to the being, I mean, he looks absolutely hideous. I mean, just tentacles, and even as you get closer, like more tentacles are like sprouting out of every orifice of his body. But you do hit him. Okay,
Gross.
roll your attack.
Yep. Why does it do that?
You probably have it set to roll twice. We can look at that, but in either case, it is a hit.
Okay. So I can just do the actual damage. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, roll damage.
So 9 damage.
Okay, 7 damage. So
9
you take
damage.
your.
I'm in a rage.
Oh, that's right. Okay, 9 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a strong guy. So you kind of reach back with all your might, and you swing into the side of this beast, and it kind of just takes it like really with no like what's the word? No response, no reaction. You just kind of take it right into the side, and it just continues choking on to Ludwig.
Ooh.
Anything else with your attack?
No, that's it.
Okay. Farron. It's up to you.
Did it look like after he got hit, does the body still look like it's bleeding? Or does it look like nothing happened at all?
I'm sorry. Let me clarify. It's more like it doesn't care that it got hit.
Yeah, like no response.
It definitely
but the
got
damage
hit.
is still done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you can imagine like it kind of like baseball like swung like one of its tentacles like off into the stratosphere.
I can only go 30. Can I also do the +5 to go to attack him?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, so I'm going to move right up next to him.
Okay.
I am going to hit him with the quarterstaff. I'm going to make it a two-handed attack if I can. So it's going to only 12.
A 12 hits.
Actually,
Hell yeah.
all right, I'll take that. So let me do damage. I'll use the two-handed one, so it does 9 damage.
Okay.
And then
9 damage.
I'm going to use bonus action and make an unarmed strike.
Okay.
That's going to be a 22.
He
That
do be
hits.
hitting.
That do be hitting.
And that does another 6 damage.
Another 6 damage.
The professional coming in here.
Oh,
I definitely thought that the 22 was your damage weakness.
I wish.
I was,
Just like,
I was
just like,
holy
oh,
shit.
Did you know level 1 doing 22 damage?
So Diedrich and Farron leaping into action. Diedrich first coming in with his humongous maul attack, and Farron coming up with his quarterstaff. Wait, so you did your quarterstaff two-handed?
I did two-handed quarterstaff, and then bonus action, I did an unarmed strike, which I kind of imagine like hit with 2 hands, you free one up, reel back, punch.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious about the interaction on that, but in either case, I'll allow it. So basically, the combination of you two's attacks. So it certainly didn't seem like it really reacted much to the first one, but Farron coming in with the second and third attacks not only releases the grip on Ludwig, but your final like palm, imagine you like kind of palmed through his face and you knocked his head. It's kind of like it's kind of like you ever like make ground beef and like you're kind of like pulling like you're
Ew.
like pulling the beef apart. So you kind of like and like just like his head just kind of like
Flaws.
yeah, just kind of like shears off. The tentacles don't recede, but they release from Ludwig, who barely survives this. And the corpse of what was formerly Rickard Voss stumbles back and falls to the ground.
Do we need to go in initiation order still?
No, you're good. You're good. We're out of
Can I
initiative.
fucking slam my hammer down onto his body?
Double
Sure.
tap.
All right, cool. I do that.
Okay, you slam your hammer onto the body, and what may have been valuable scientific research is now absolute putty and goo.
Hell yeah.
I'm very upsetting.
Bulk, what is your response to this?
I'm very upsetting.
I just imagine like a
Do I notice any wounds on Ludwig or Endra?
Indra's okay. She's kind of just like
More
curled up in a ball. Like she definitely escaped. So Ludwig will explain to you after he kind of composes himself. He's like he's like breathing heavily, and it's like we heard some kind of sloshing, some kind of liquid noise. It was horrendous. We woke up and Rickard was thrashing about in the tent. It was horrendous. Thank you. And he grabs onto Farron and he like shakes him. Thank you.
I push the arms off. Just like it's like
Okay, so you push him away.
yeah, I'm just kind of like get off.
Okay, yeah. So he kind of falls back on the ground. He's like, oh.
I'm not like hardly pushing, just like
You were nice people.
I'm breaking his grip from me. I'm just like, don't fucking be shaking me. It's just like
Well, he just got strangled by a freaking monster, so he's already pretty much in bad shape. It was honestly a miracle that he survived.
and then I
but-
go to finish him. Just kidding.
So we don't notice that he looks to be contaminated or anything, correct?
Nope, not at all. Not at all. I mean, he looks very clearly shaken from the situation, but he looks fine.
What is Endra doing?
Indra's, so you have to imagine she looks like someone who like
She's chilling though. She isn't like continually booking it.
she's effectively like in the fetal position. She's kind of like curled up, just like
she's in shock.
Yeah.
Stay out of the city. Stay out of the city. Never go into the city. Never go into the city again. Never trust anyone. Never trust the contamination. Don't touch the stones.
Did Aaron wake up at all?
Yeah, I'll go check on Aaron.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Aaron. so when the alarm went off, Aaron effectively came to the door and said, "What
tarnation
is going on?" Yeah, what in tarnation, effectively.
Well,
So he watched the whole battle go down, and he's like, so he walks up to Rickard's body, and he says, and he kind of like covers his mouth, almost like he's about to retch, and he's like, oh my god, and he backs up, and he vomits just
right onto the
profusely.
body, so that way Bulk has less specimen to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, that's what he did. Yeah.
It's so upsetting.
Yeah, so Indra and Ludwig are both kind of like they're extremely shook from the situation. What are you guys gonna do to the body? Well, I guess there is
Is
no
it a body?
anymore.
It's like a fucking pile at this point.
Yeah, now it's actually just goo. Yeah.
I say we send it to the flame.
I don't
I'll
have
let
any
you scoop it up.
flasks. This is horrible.
What was that, Danielus?
I said I'll let you scoop it up, Farron.
I'm not going to scoop it up. I'm just going to torch his tenant.
Oh, true.
So someone was trying to scoop it, is that right?
No, I don't have a flask.
Okay. So Farron, do you want to set fire to the tent? So,
I'm going to tell Aaron, be like, you're going to have to chalk this down as just loss of property along the way. And then I'm going to hold up a torch. And then I'm going to motion toward the tent, see if he's going to put up a huge fight against it.
not at all.
Okay.
He's just barely a step above Indra and Ludwig. He's like, oh, the smell, it's hideous.
Oh, so we're gonna make Big Stinky in the sky with the flame.
It's better than just leaving it to who knows what will happen.
No, but if we burn it, it's gonna be aerated. They're gonna get the stuff in the sky. Like,
It's not like an aerosol. He touched the crystals.
I'm very upset that we're burning things. Like, this is a contaminated body, and we're gonna put it up in flames.
What would
Do
you
not
do?
breathe air.
Goo.
What would you do?
Does anyone have like a thing to scoop?
No.
No scooping things?
So you're not proficient in alchemist supplies? No, you said it was like wood carvers or something?
Oh, yeah.
Even alchemist supplies wouldn't have a scooping thing.
Oh, I mean, they would have a vial.
A
which
vial,
you
yeah.
could-
We're gonna vial a whole body.
No, just
that's-
some of it. Just a little
Well,
bit.
that's actually what I want to be specific about. So nobody's going to try to interact with this goo, right?
No.
No.
Can I look at it? Can I inspect it?
Sure, you can inspect the goo.
Yeah, I'm pretty
guess-
upsetty. Okay.
We'll retcon that he's inspecting it before I throw the torch.
Well, no, I'm throwing like, oh, you're gonna burn it. Why
Yeah,
would
yeah,
you
yeah,
burn
yeah.
it? It's gonna go in the air.
So Farron is about an inch away from setting fire to the tent. And-
Stop.
The corruption's already in the air. It's already in the earth.
That's not how it works at all. Like, you burn things, it's go in the air.
Look around you. The trees, the
So-
grass, the mushrooms.
So, Bulk, as you step forward to inspect the goo, I mean, the smell is just horrendous. It's beyond death. It's truly awful. And I actually need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution? Sorry.
Yeah.
Please hold.
Saving throw.
Yeah. It's not great.
That's- Yeah, well, it's not a saving throw, but so I'll go over how to find that. But in either case,
Oh,
you
sorry,
just start
sorry.
vomiting profusely.
Redoing.
No, you can't. Well, yeah, that wouldn't have saved you. So anyway, so you start vomiting, and you vomit into the goo. So now there's two people's vomit all over the goo, and at this point, it's really indistinguishable what is vomit and what is goo.
Can I just burn it already?
Yeah. Okay. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any opposition. So as Farron throws the torch into the tent, and the tent starts to fall, and the flame consumes the goo and the vomit. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you, is that right? Yeah, the 7 of you stand and look at the flame and wonder what horrors await you in Drakkenheim. And that's where we're going to end for tonight. Stay tuned as our heroes continue their journey, actually into Emberwood Village, and furthermore into Drakkenheim, and see what other hideous and horrendous beasts await them. Steven, anything to close this out?
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe and do all the tricks. We were on all the social media, so you can look at those things. We really appreciate all the support. Check out the Funky store. We got cool merch there, and we appreciate all of the things that you wear. So do those things, and maybe we won't throw up on it because you're wearing it and you look good. So do that stuff.
No promises, though.
Yeah, that's a fantastic place to end. Thank you, everybody. Until next time. Peace.
Adios.